Hello, this is the hatchetjob.com gaming netcast with a quick unboxing of the Venom arcade stick for PlayStation 3 and PlayStation 4. So this is the front of the box. As you can see, it is an arcade style fight stick. And here's the back. Now this, I think, is from a British company because the postal address for Venom is in the UK, although it said it's made in China. And I don't know if you can see here, but it says, it has the 8-button layout, premium quality components with genuine layout, designed for comfort and stability, yet easily portable, with a 3-meter USB cable, and authentic arcade quality joystick and buttons. So let's open it up and see whether what they're saying is accurate. So this is what you see when you open up the box. So this is actually not dissimilar to how the original Madcatz sticks were packaged. So inside you do get a manual in various languages. So this is the stick. So let me just feel what this feels like. That doesn't feel too bad. Now this stick is about, I think it's about 60 or 70 pounds. I think it's 70 pounds on Amazon at the moment. But I happened to find a Venom shop, I think probably one of their own outlets, that was opening, this is online, and had a 10% off sale, and then I got some vouchers. So basically this has cost me about £53, which is very good value. I actually have 3 other sticks. I have a Hori Real Arcade Pro 2 for the PS2, which I used to play Tekken, and occasionally I go to Tekken tournaments. Then I have a miniature stick for the 360, and then I have one of the big Madcatz Street Fighter sticks, which were the original release, which actually has the same components as you get in the arcade. They're buttons and sticks by a company called Sanwa. So they are literally the factory that makes the buttons for the arcade. Those are the same buttons. So the tournament edition stick I had for Street Fighter 4, I used it for about 250 hours. So immediately, this doesn't feel bad. It's got what's called a square gate. So a gate is kind of a piece of plastic that sits beneath this here, sits beneath the sharp, and you can get at least 2 types. Square gate, which means when you hold down in the corner like this on the stick, it's going into the corner, right? And you can feel the corners. So I swapped my gate, because you can buy those pieces of plastic, and I put an octagonal gate in, so it's better for fireball motions, in theory. So this has got a square gate, and it's got a decent click. It's not as good as, or not as sensitive as I remember my Madcatz Sanwa stick being, but this seems decent. These buttons are what people really pay for. You can get all sorts of button combinations in different manufacturers. With the Street Fighter 4 stick I had, I actually dropped a piece of A4 paper and it fell down, and it just hit, it floated down and hit the button like that, and it activated. So the buttons were so sensitive that a piece of paper falling would activate them. These ones feel a bit spongier than the Pro arcade version. They feel like they have a bit more play. If I come down a bit, it feels like I have to push them down a little bit more to activate. And so they feel a bit spongier. But overall, for £55, I think for somebody who's new to fighting games, if you can find a deal for about 60 quid, then this would be a fine stick. So up in the corner here, you can see that you have options to toggle it between PS3 and PS4, turbo mode. There's a share button, because of course you want that on PS4, and a big button in the front. Let's just have a look at the cable. So here's the cable. Now the cable actually comes out of the side. On my stick, which again, it's an older stick now, I think it's 2008, 2009. The cable, I believe, was at the back. And also it had a breakaway point, if I remember correctly. So if you tugged on it, or you tried to walk away from the machine with the cable still in, this would stay in the machine, the breakaway would come apart, and you wouldn't take the machine with you. This appears to be just one long cable. These bits, I don't know if these are magnetic or not, but I believe that this stick is very easy to modify. You can just open up the lid and then replace the stick and the action and all of these buttons very easily. And what I'll do is I'll spend a bit of time with this, using the stock buttons and stick. Then I'll put in my Sanwa ones. Although they've had a good bashing, they're still very good sticks and buttons. And then I'll see how I prefer it. But I want to get the measure of this with the original buttons in, so that I can do a follow-up video for the unboxing to tell people what it feels like. But let's have a quick look at the size. So this is a standard DVD case, of course, all of your games. So you can see that it's a little bit taller from edge to edge. I would say it's a DVD case and an inch in height, and then approximately, say, about 2.5 DVD cases wide. And I've also measured on the side, and it's about a quarter of a DVD case high. So it's a portable stick, and it's lap size. So that is the Venom stick for PS4, PS3. If you're into fighting games and you want to try a different experience, I wouldn't say that this is better than using a pad. If you're good with a pad, you're good with a pad. But for me, I prefer using sticks. And so that's the unboxing. Thanks very much for watching, and goodbye.